So today we'll be making crispy coconut and butter cookies.
Ooh!
So for the dry ingredients, we'll need all-purpose flour, sugar, salt, and shredded coconut. And then for the wet ingredients, we'll need vanilla, butter, and eggs. So for today's recipe, we're going to be actually splitting up the eggs. So there's going to be the egg whites and then the egg yolks. So the egg whites are going to be for the shredded coconut cookies, and the egg yolks are going to be for the butter cookies. So you're going to have to divide the ingredients afterwards. For the dry ingredients, we'll need 130 grams of all-purpose flour, 10 tablespoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and 100 grams of shredded coconut. But this can vary depending on how much you want, how much sweetness you want, or if you want less, then you could reduce it. And then for the wet ingredients, we'll need 4 eggs, so 2 for egg whites and then 2 for egg yolks, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 115 grams of butter. So after you're done organizing all the ingredients, the next thing you have to do is to boil some water in a pot. You're going to have to put the bowl of the egg whites inside here to make it crispy, and you have to mix the mixture of egg whites with sugar. So just keep mixing it on top of the pot. So you have to turn off the heat, but you still have to keep mixing afterwards. You have to do the same thing for butter, so you can either choose to heat it with the boiling pot, or you could choose to microwave it, whichever one still works. But we're going to be boiling it. Butter is starting to melt like this. You could cool it down, so yeah, cool it down afterwards. So you have to wait a few minutes for it to cool down, and then you can mix the other ingredients in together. Just keep waiting. After waiting for a long time, we're now going to add the melted butter in. So you have to add 6 to 7 tablespoons of butter into your eggs. So we're doing the egg whites first, and then you have to combine them together by mixing them thoroughly. And then just keep adding the other ingredients after, making sure that you leave leftover ingredients for the other batch after. So after your batter looks something like this, you can put it aside. So now it's time for the egg yolks. So the remaining ingredients that are left, you have to add them in the egg yolk mixture. But you can always add more ingredients if you feel like you want it to be like more sweet or less sweet. You can always reduce it afterwards or put more inside. So just add all of them slowly in, one by one.
Comment down below what dessert you want us to make next.
After combining all the leftover ingredients for the egg yolk mixture, it should look something like this. So the consistency should be kind of like this. So it's kind of thick, but also a little liquidy there. once you're done all of the mixing, it's time to get baking. Baking time! So normally if you want to start baking, you have to heat up your oven for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your oven, so that it just gets ready for your baking cookies. So for today's recipe, we're going to be baking it at 340 degrees Fahrenheit. So you're going to have to set up your pan with parchment paper for the cookies to be on top. Each cookie should be the size of a teaspoon. And you could do any shape you want, but today we're going to be doing squares or rectangles, depending on how much batter we have. So how much cookies you put in per baking just depends on how big your oven is. So we're going to be doing 2 by 3. So the pan should look something like this with all the cookies in. Wait, this one's a little combined together. But anyways, that's okay. So after baking it for 25 to 30 minutes, this is how it looks like. But it can depend on your oven and how much cookies you bake at a time. For our butter cookies, we're going to be doing the same thing we did for the coconut cookies. So just put it any shape you want, any amount of cookies at a time. So we're going to be doing 3 by 2.
Circle.
And we're going to be doing circle shaped.
And any shape.
So as you can see, this one has no coconut. It's just butter and other ingredients, but no coconut. So this is our circle. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. So after baking the coconut cookies, this is how much we have. Well, we ate some of them, but this is most of it. At first it might not be that crispy, but you just have to wait maybe like a few hours so that it crisps more afterwards. What do you want, Belle?
Cookie?
You want cookie?
Okay. Peace.
Okay. Say thank you. It's good?
That's good.